We live inside an operating system that actively burns its own resources to function. Right now, humanity is absorbing a $54 trillion penalty simply to manage the damage of 1.5 degrees of climate warming. This datasheet displays the human and economic friction of our current global model. We lose 1.6 million lives every year to violence and conflict, and that exacts an annual financial cost of $14.76 trillion. That is over 12% of global GDP, entirely wasted on adversarial friction. The invisible mathematical engine driving these zero-sum outcomes is a concept called minimax. Minimax is a traditional game theory strategy where participants make decisions solely to minimize their own maximum possible loss, assuming everyone else is a hostile competitor. When supposedly rational actors use minimax to optimize only for their own self-preservation, they take turns extracting from a shared pool. Without a mechanism for cooperative risk sharing, they actively destroy the total systemic value of the network until the pool collapses. Planetary crises like extreme poverty and climate collapse are not political accidents. They are the mathematical guarantee of an outdated game theoretic framework. Michalis, I am stepping out of the script for a second. You looked at this math and realized that incremental reform is doomed. You cannot patch a system that is mathematically designed to consume itself. So, Michalis set out to build a completely new operating system for humanity, one that abandons adversarial competition in favor of systemic, provable cooperation. The architecture for this transition is the CONSOCIO Protocol. CONSOCIO operates as a quantifiable, mathematically grounded framework. It provides the mathematical proofs and technological infrastructure required for societies to actually coordinate resources. To fix a broken civilization, you cannot just swap out the players. You have to rewrite the underlying mathematics of trust. The central innovation of this new protocol is a metric called the Coefficient of Consociation, or the CC. This equation actively measures the precise degree of cooperation within any system. It calculates the probability of mutual cooperation, factors in the noise of environmental uncertainty, and weighs the risk of defection using specific alpha, beta, and gamma parameters. The result is a fluctuating score between 0 and 1. When that score drops below 0.4, the system crosses the dystopia threshold. Adversarial defection dominates, exploitation spikes, and the surrounding social trust systematically erodes and fragments. But when the score climbs past 0.7, it crosses the Eutopia threshold. Here, positive sum dynamics take over. Systems align for mutual benefit, and trust actually compounds over time. CONSOCIO uses this exact coefficient to govern artificial intelligence. By measuring the CC, the protocol ensures that an AI agent will always optimize for mutual benefit rather than adversarial extraction. That is the abstract math. But how do you actually build a cooperative utopia from scratch? Michalis, we have to look at your own strategic memos here. You are not launching a massive global blockchain today. The protocol horizon is the long game. The immediate wedge product is a local-first, privacy-secure desktop application. It is a solo founder tool designed to bring verifiable, cooperative AI governance directly to a single user. The technical stack is lightweight and secure. It runs on an Electron desktop shell. It uses LANSDB, which is a local vector database for storing the AI's memory right on the hard drive. And it connects to an OpenAI large language model, or LLM, for processing reasoning and text, keeping all API keys tightly encrypted. In this interface, you can see the veto gate. Before the AI can execute any action, its proposed output is physically intercepted here. It is validated against the CC score. If the action is uncooperative, the gate fails closed, and the output is denied. The path to a post-scarcity planetary civilization does not start in the cloud. It starts on a single isolated hard drive. Once that CC algorithm is perfected locally, the Layer 4 roadmap takes over, and the protocol is released onto a federated network. This introduces the digital social contract. It is a programmable governance mechanism that scales the local trust built on the desktop out to millions of interacting stakeholders. This interface layout shows how the protocol will manage complex economic interactions. It enforces cross-asset compliance rules and oversees the regulatory lifecycle management of tokenized real-world assets. That decentralized architecture creates the ultimate horizon, an engine that funds systemic philanthropy and sustains a universal guaranteed income, or UGI. providing economic utility to cover basic human needs globally. This functional desktop application serves as the primary delivery mechanism for a cooperative global economy. Michalis, one last check on the roadmap. To secure Tier 1 funding from programs like the EIC Accelerator or NGI Zero, the positioning must be flawless. Your project is rooted in deep philosophy, tracking from Aristotle straight through to the thermodynamics of cooperation. But grant committees and investors need to see the practical, functional software wedge today. This requires a strict operating model. You need the open claw fundamentals to define agent identity, the iron claw security posture to enforce absolute trust, and brutal paperclip product focus to hide everything that isn't finished. This architecture provides the measurable evidence that cooperation is the most rational path forward for our species. As a fail-secure intelligence system, CONSOCIO proves, mathematically, that human survival depends on choosing to unite, connect, and share.